Today, you'll learn how to check a website for threats using Cloudmersive's Scan a Website API in Python. This API checks URLs for viruses and several other threats, like known phishing links and other compromised sites. Consuming Cloudmersive APIs in any programming language is super straightforward, and that's especially true in Python. To start, you'll need to grab an API key, and you can get one for free by creating a free account on the Cloudmersive website. After that, you'll just need to find the right code examples on the Cloudmersive API console and you're good to go. I'm starting out here with a Python file in Visual Studio that's basically empty aside from my own API key import. I've placed my own API key in another file just to avoid having to blur that out later. All the documentation, SDK installation commands, and code examples we need can be found on our API console, so we'll head there now. We'll find code examples here to get started using any API on the Cloudmersive platform, all of which are available with any API key subscription. We're going to select the Virus Scan API path from the dropdown, and from there, we're going to click on the Scan a Website for Malicious Content and Threats API path. There's a brief description of what this API does at the top here, and if we scroll down to the bottom, we'll find code examples for around a dozen programming languages. Python is the second option on this list, and when we click on it, we'll find everything we need right here. If we click on Install Python SDK, we'll find the pip command we need to download resources into our IDE. We're going to copy this command now, head back to our IDE, and run the command in our terminal. I've already done this installation in another video, so all the requirements are already satisfied in my environment. Once our installation is complete, we're going to head back to the API console page and copy the rest of the code from this window. Note that this code already includes all the imports we need for the Virus Scan API client, and it also includes some imports we might not need, like the print function import if we're on Python 3. We're now going to paste the code in our IDE. Once again, this is literally all the code we need to consume an API call, and it's already formatted for us, including a nice try except block at the bottom, which calls our API instance and handles errors through an exception class. All that's left to do is replace the placeholder text in our configuration snippet at the top with our own API key, which I'm going to do now using a method from my API key class. And then add a website URL into the input variable assignment. We're going to instantiate the website scan request with a URL string. In my example, I'm just going to copy the Cloudmersive homepage URL and paste that here inside some quotes. After we run this code, we'll get our API response object back in a few seconds formatted by pprint. Our response is structured so that the first thing we see is the clean result response, which is just a boolean indicating if the website we scanned was safe. If a website we scan has a known virus, the Found Viruses field will display the name of the virus. If the website is a different type of threat, like a known phishing site for example, we'll learn about that in the Website Threat Type field. Since we're checking a website, we're of course recording the response code as well, and you can see that we have the 200 OK here. One final thing to mention here is that we can use this API response object's attributes directly to take conditional actions in our application after scans are finished. To demonstrate that, we'll add in a simple if condition to this example code that prints a different string when URLs are unsafe versus safe. We'll access the clean result attribute with dot notation. Even though it shows up gray here, Python will know what to do once the response object populates the API response variable. When we run this code again, we can see the message for a clean website prints based on the clean result boolean. And that's all there is to it. We can easily build this into any Python application where we might want to check a website URL for potential threats before letting other folks access it. If you have any questions after following along with this video, please feel free to contact a member of our team.